Hello and welcome back here to the DPCSA Division 2 Game 2 between South Team versus Ravens. And Bowie, what a Game 1 we had. It looked really good for South Team for quite a while, but then Ravens just turned it around and then it went south for South Team.
You went south for Ravens so far. I mean, it doesn't make sense. Yeah. Ravens won. I think it was pretty close, pretty stale laning stage slash early game. So I would like a little bit more action. But we were discussing a little bit of the new patch changes. I'm not sure whether we'll be able to get a little bit of that. If there's a region we still see that is South America, but these teams, I mean, everyone's actually just trying to figure out how the patch is going to be played. Also interesting to see that South team, they are the ones that take the DK out. So because Ravens have second pick, they're afraid of that Caudle DK combination, and Ravens actually bans the Caudle anyways. Okay.
I mean, like, Monty, like, yes, they didn't win the game, but that Caudle, he was pretty impactful. Like, he had a lot of farm, he had that Hex in the end, which could have made a difference in, just a few more fights that they took a little bit crisper. And Doom is still going to be the first pick here for South Team this time. They say that Doom looked pretty good, looked pretty fun.
It's such a good hero, versatile, works in different lanes, can play greedy, can play aggressive. I love. Oh my God, that Doom! I don't care which position he's gonna play. He's gonna be a sad Doom, man. He got already countered heavily.
Yeah, this is like saying, yo, you first pick Doom. How about we ruin your life?
Yeah, cause sure that later on the Doom can eat the Enchantress creep, but in lane, especially now that they changed. I mean, it's been a while since they changed the levels that you can eat with Devour. That Doom not gonna be able to really eat a lot of the creeps Enchantress gets, and also, Monkey King and Enchantress are just very strong laners. Even if you eat a creep, you're still gonna be heavily harassed by those two heroes.
Now, here, South Team, they go for the CK. CK was very, very strong in the previous patch. He got quite a big nerf here, especially his level 1 Chaos Bolt deals significantly less damage, which also, people really like to, have just level 1 Chaos Bolt and max out the other spells because level 1 was already that strong. But now, that might not be as viable anymore. They still go for the CK. Do you feel like it is such a strong hero that even with those nerfs, he's still gonna be impactful?
I mean, it is. The hero has less potential, kill potential in lane, but still does the same thing pretty much. Like, it's still gonna farm very fast. It's still gonna have that same power spike because the lifesteal. The other thing that was nerfed was the lifesteal, and that lifesteal is not a reason you win fights. It's just like a way for you to have Armlet turn on and still never lose HP. And the heaviness of that nerf doesn't really change that. So the hero's just a little bit weaker in lane. As long as you pair it with a strong position 5, like the Dreamstroke that we saw, or Lich, I still feel like the hero can be very impactful. Speaking of the Lich, I wouldn't be surprised to see it here just because it's very strong versus Monkey King, but you have to be sure the Monkey King is a core before you commit to that. So let's see what Ravens picks and if that's gonna give away something.
Yeah, I haven't really seen too much Lich recently. It would be fun to see that here again. Once again, no Grimstroke yet, which I still feel like that hero, yes, at the beginning of game 1 it didn't look so hot, but once Ravens got into a groove, I mean, that Grimstroke, the Soul Binds, the Silences, they were all on point there.
Looks pretty good for South Team. You already have the Chaos Bolt and the Doom to pair together. Sure, they don't have any innate mobility, so you would like maybe a mid hero that provides that, maybe Quap or Puck or something like that. Okay, so with this Rubik pick, Monkey King definitely gonna be a core, right? Unless this is some core Enchantress shenanigans.
Or mid-Rubik, you know?
Oh, true.
But, I mean, Rubik, throughout history of Dota has been a big counter to the Doom because, you can't really protect Doom with another spell usually. It's pretty tough.
Mm-hmm. I do feel like there is such thing as too many counters, and I feel like they're kind of approaching that. Like, you already didn't want to play this Doom as a core if you're South team, and then they picked the Rubik. I feel like this just further pushes them towards just playing this Doom as a support.
Oh, and I mentioned the Grimstroke, you mentioned a hero that goes in. There's the Storm Spirit. Now, the Null Talisman build has disappeared. I would assume so, because it got changed. Luckily, I mean, not gonna lie.
We're all very happy about that.
That build was pretty dumb. Like, we can all agree that was pretty dumb. And so now Ravens, they're gonna go for the Underlord. Another hero that might have had like a resurgence thanks to the Fiend's Gate. So,
By the way, you know a hero that got really buffed because of this no talisman change that we are yet to see? Outworld Devourer. I think that hero actually became kind of insane because of the notice. So it might take a while for the teams to actually play it. Also, we're not sure. I actually didn't test this, whether it stacks diminishingly the mana increase. I'm not sure. It could still stack normally as of now, which could make that broken. But yeah, I don't think we're gonna see it here. Speaking of the heroes, we have the Underlord is very good versus Chaos Knight. It's also a very bulky boy, so unlikely to really die to this Chaos Knight Grimstroke. But this Rubik guy, he is very squishy. So I think he's probably going to be the target of the CK Grimstroke lane. I'm assuming this Doom is going to be a 4, and they'll pick out ranged offlaner for South team. They already probably know that this Monkey King is either going to be carry or mid. So that's why they banned the Venomancer there for Ravens.
Yeah.
Maybe Snapfire is another hero that they could take out. I actually think it works really well for.
I would like a Snapfire pick, yeah.
Other range offlaners. I guess, Wind Ranger is decent versus Monkey King. You actually cut the trees, so not sure they like to play that. Doesn't strike me as a hermit hero, but looks kind of good this game. Yeah, they're taking their time here. Like, should we ban the hero that is the best, or should we ban a hermit hero? Because, he might just pick Brewmaster last pick again. Oh, wait, what? So they think it's gonna be Chaos Knight offlane. Interesting. Huh. I was not expecting this Lifestealer ban. Oh. Wait, are you still here, by the way? Did we?
Yes, I'm still here. Sorry.
Okay. I was scared that maybe.
Oh no, everything's gone down.
Okay.
No. So the tiny pick here, which means the Doom is still a core, right?
Not necessarily. Could be Tiny 4, could be Tiny Offlane, could be. It's all up in the air. Like Tiny Offlane is still like played a decent amount in pubs. Oh, that's why they banned the Lifestealer. Okay. So it's a Monty Doom. I like this. I think that's...
Okay, yeah, so it is Tiny 3.
Okay. I'm a little bit surprised. I feel like, Tiny, as the game develops, actually is pretty good versus Monkey King because of the free armor. But you have 0 armor against this Monkey King. Very interested to see how they will play this lane, because also Doom is like garbage until you get a creep against the Monkey King. So he's probably just praying he gets that ice armor again. If he can find that, then Doom and Tiny are going to be very happy. No, even then though, because the Enchanters can dispel the ice armor if they enchant. So, that's like the scariest part about this South Team draft. After that, you also have a Storm against an Underlord. So he's probably going to go for that Atos build with the Pit of Malice. I don't know. Feels like a severe outdraft for Ravens this time. I don't feel nearly as confident for South Team as I did in Game 1.
Is there any potential for like some laning shenanigans like the Grimstroke and Chaos Knight versus the Monkey King? Would that fare better? I mean, I would assume it fare better, but is it like... And then Tiny
Yeah,
Doom
no, I
maybe.
think that's a good idea. It's just that, when I'm casting Division 2 SA, I don't expect too many lane movements, but I would say that's definitely a better combination. I would love if they do that. Uh, Not expecting it, but I would say it's a much better lane. Hmm. We'll see what they do.
Yeah, the
'Cause,
camera
like,
is still
even if
not
you
fixed that you can move
Yeah,
around.
my camera also is terrible.
Yeah, you hate it. Dota. We're still in beta. We're still in beta. Don't worry, it will come out shortly out of the early
After TI
access.
11, after TI 11, I'm sure we're gonna be out of that. When they incorporate Han into Dota, right? That's everyone. I don't know who invented that was gonna happen, but I see it on Reddit everywhere.
I'm pretty sure Invoker just used the Fairy Fire.
Yes, and I'm pretty sure that the ward on Ravens actually got there. Oh, poor James. Oh,
Oh.
oh.
Oh. They're not gonna get the deny. Unfortunate.
All right, all right.
But both teams getting some golden experience from that.
I mean, they pretty much made free money, right? Because you spent 50 gold on your sentries and you got 100 gold.
Oh yeah.
So if you think about it, like if instead of fighting, the two teams actually decided to join forces, you could generate free money by killing each other's wards.
Mm-hmm.
One day when they realize that fighting is futile and we should all gather.
We should all just live in harmony with each other.
Yes.
Nice.
All right.
Now it is going to be. Whoop. Oh, Monty steals the bounty rune away from there, which means it will be a 2-for-2 bounty rune split. And it looks like it will be the normal standard laning for the Radiant side. So Tiny into the off lane against this Monkey King and the Enchantress.
Yeah, from the Doom's build, we are already expecting a very similar style that we saw in game one. This Doom's gonna try and drag creeps around because I feel like they have zero kill potential or like anything they can do in this lane, honestly. Hermit, I'm very scared for him. He went for this tree throw build, so he doesn't have a toss back, he doesn't have a stun to get out of danger. Once the Doom starts dragging creeps, these Enchanters, instead of chasing him, could actually just try and run at the Tiny. So we'll see what happens.
Man, there are the creep shenanigans. They're dragged. And he's gonna get enchanted, so he's gonna take quite a bit of damage here, and with that Blightstone, it does hurt. Also the Tiny, without any armor, that Blightstone actually putting in overtime.
Yeah, that's pretty rough.
Oh,
Nice. He does get the courier. And he will be close to his tier 1 tower, so that's some extra armor against the Kara right clicks.
Still though, it's you're not too happy there. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, oh, James getting a little bit low there. The Invoker and the Stormsword having a good time, but the Invoker is actually for the nice. That's kind of impressive there, especially as not an Exort Invoker.
Yeah, very true. Don't see that very often. But I guess the Storm also left the lane with almost left the base with almost no stats, so not have so much base damage right now.
Now 2-minute not bounce rune. Water runes have spawned as Monty gonna get gone on here by the Monkey King. Yeah, you can't be there. Oh, is he gonna get another courier here? Yep, another courier. He might pay for this, however, with his life. There's going to be the stun. Is that gonna be enough damage? He might just walk him down. Also, fun fact, Dire literally blocked their own hard camp. They blocked actually 2 camps so that they won't be able to get a frost creep there. Although it is still gonna be there. Oh, and he gets the... Is that worth it? Is that worth it to get the ice armor, but giving first blood to the enemy position 1?
I mean, I think it's fine. Usually, if you're chasing the Doom like that, it's not worth it. But because it was first blood, it is worth it. He didn't lose that many creeps to offset that. But that also gave Hermit a lot of time, and like all he wants is level 6 in this lane so that he gets that armor. He also did get the ice armor anyways.
Yeah.
Lucky here. So very nice. Mid though, Storm is struggling a lot in this lane.
Yeah, I mean, like, also the Underlord is absolutely putting on a show against Rina here. 17-4 to the 10-0.
Yeah,
This-
that Underlord pick was really good. Yeah, and I'm not seeing Luis like doing as well as I expected. Like I didn't see him like using his Q to secure some range creep. So lots of denies on the Underlord on top of all the CS that he has. So just a little bit. They don't feel as communicative and put together as they were in game 1.
Now, it really comes down to like how are you gonna then make your moves throughout the early mid game, because it is already like we don't really look at net worth all that much, but a 1,000 net worth lead going the way of Dire at 4 minutes, that's quite substantial.
That is very substantial. The Doom though is having an okay game here with the Tranquil Boots. I think he might be able to survive. He's actually waiting the enchant.
Oh, the Harpy Stormcrafter coming in there as well. There's going to be the stun. Nice usage there from Kara to get the vision as well as like coming from the other way with the Chain Lightning. That creep is still so strong.
He got baited as Doom because enchant was on cooldown because of that Harpy, and he's like, all right, I'll wait for the enchant to cast the armor on me. But if he actually cast the armor, it would have slowed them enough so he survived. So kind of unfortunate there. He didn't realize when it was used.
In the bottom lane, Lewis going on to Dismar here, but Benja's coming. And yeah, nothing to come of that. Like kind of like these layers where like you think the enemy has that, and then because of that you go for a different choice and all of that. But sometimes it's just like go for the straightforward choice and it's gonna be fine.
Yeah, you outplay yourself.
Yeah, it's now. Oh, he's gonna. Oh, did Kara know that Monty was there? Because if he did, like that was a very nice like movement to just bait that Sentry Ward onto that cliff.
A nice ward by Monty, by the way, because it's perfectly outside of the range of that cliff. But James, dude, he's so sad. He already went base twice, and because of that, Nangle Flow is.
Yeah, they're gonna go in here, and with the rotation from the Rubik as well, James, yeah, you're dead. As now Monty and Lewis are here. But not gonna lie, this is not looking as close as game number 1 at the current moment.
It is not. It really feels like Ravens, whatever draft shenanigans South pulled out in game 1, they're not working nearly as well as game 1 because they don't feel as comfortable. Their lanes just look
they're
really
now going
bad.
on to the CK.
It was just an outplay mid, and this outplay is bleeding in the other lanes because you force the support TPs mid, and then the Invoker can rotate bottom. And now this Tiny, he might just be dead here. There
That's
is...
gonna be the jump. Oh, he actually... Oh, nice toss there by Hermit, but... It's still not gonna be enough to survive.
If he had a Quelling Blade, maybe it would be able to cut the tree. Mid though.
Oh, they're gonna go onto the Rubik here in the bottom lane. Benja is here with the Firestorm. Inkswell connects onto both of them. Dismar will survive, however.
Yeah, he has Fair Fire in the stick, so not really a Q he can go for.
Oh yeah. And so with all of that, what is the way here for Radiant to make their moves? Like they have this off-lane tiny, little bit unusual pick there, with a mid Invoker. So what is their like mid-game gank squad?
So it's the Storm with the Grimstroke or Tiny +1 plus Grimstroke. So you use a toss as a grenade And that becomes your pseudo blink for this place. Oh, Storm.
Uh-oh, there's going to be the Urn. He gets to jump away. Will be fine. Although this mark coming in, couldn't get in range for the Fate Bolt. And nice slow there by Lewis. As oh, Monty, he just turned around to get that creep, but I don't know spells. That's going to be the Cold Snap now. Can they get in range? Yeah, the lift is there. They get another kill.
Curiosity killed the cat. Maybe the viewers won't understand it, but if you want to showcase his picture on Steam, everything will make sense. Oh, Lewis?
Oh, I can't show his picture right now. Wait 1 second. Lewis here. Gonna go for the TP, but the Cold Snap there already. And as for the gang squad on the Dire side, the gang squad on the Radiant side, the gang side on the Dire side, like this Invoker is just making ham of everybody. And yes, so here we have a little cat. Also, just gotta mention here, South team, they are very, they all have a picture of a cat with one of their heroes as the accessories, which is fantastic. 10 out of 10. Highly recommend to do something like that.
Beautiful, you know, it shows synergy, teamwork. I would like, you know, if Reyna also did it, but it's okay.
Yeah, we're not gonna shame him too much for it. We're not gonna shame him.
You know, carry players, they're always a different one. Well, in terms of this game, they're gonna try and smoke here with this Doom and Grimstroke. Right now, it doesn't feel as a very impactful ganking squad, but they do have the Storm positioned interestingly, I would say. So, if
he's
they
actually
can maybe
stealing some stacks here. If he can get those, that would be quite nice for his game. However, dodges the tornado. If that tornado catches, I believe he might have just died, as at the same time they tried to go on to dot, but he's just like, oh, what are you guys gonna do?
This was over before it started.
Yeah, it was over before it even started. Like that's very accurate right there. And oh, we have to rally creep, summon those skellies around the 10-minute mark. And what's the way to hold this? They're gonna need to bring in some AoE clear. That is the Grimstroke. That's gonna be the jump with the Ink Swell. But oh, the immediate dispel.
Oh no!
Dispel. Oh, and the Fiend's Gate coming in. James gets the jump away. Rena coming in. However, they're just gonna turn this around as Benja is going behind the tower now. James
no
is
point
going
to
to
of malice.
Uh-oh, he is going to die to the Urn here. Rena in a precarious situation as well. Hermit now coming in, a nice avalanche, but where is your damage? Now everybody here from the Radiant side, and they're still losing heroes, they're still losing towers.
Yeah. Definitely not ideal.
Not ideal?
Their lanes were just bad. Like, I mean, if I can be honest, I don't feel like mid should have lost nearly as hard as he did. But, like, Hermit surprisingly did much better than I expected. So, a little bit of the karma of that lane went to mid, I think. And I also, even though the Underlord is supposed to do well for CK, I also feel like they underperformed in 2 lanes. So
especially
when you combine that with Ravens,
Grimstroke lane, like that lane is like kill lane as Rena here. He is going to get killed. As yeah, they're gonna take the tier 1 up top, and the map is just going to be so small now for the Radiant side. And it's like that mid fight, that was 5v4 in favor of South team. They lost a tower, they lost 2 heroes. At the same time, Dot was just farming up top. He didn't even know a fight was going on.
That was an Underlord with no Pit of Malice diving tier 2s, and they didn't kill a single hero, even with all of those things. So, yeah, it's not bright. You know, there's always a way. You can always come back from games like this. But they really need to group as 5 and go for a YOLO smoke, I feel. At this stage, with no catapults in the next 3 minutes, they can't just group up somewhere. I feel like they really need to just force a fight. They have some tools. They have the Inkswell being level 3. They have a Soul Bite being ready. I think they're baiting James.
But Oh, it's
Oh,
gonna
Doom?
get lifted
Oh, no.
into the stun. There's gonna be the Soulbind coming out onto the two of them, and the Doom coming out onto both of them as well. But is the damage there? The answer is no.
It was only one Doom. He
Oh, it
was
was
a
only
little
one
bit
Doom.
too overeager with the Doom. No, I mean, there's no boots on the Grimstroke. That's why the Soulbind didn't came as fast as
Oh,
we expected. Oh, man. This is rough.
And like he went for maxing out the Inkswell, but Inkswell is taken off so easily. There's Tornado, there's Enchant.
Yeah, that's true.
Ah.
And I mean, this was not the earliest of the Grimstroke picks, right? They actually went CK Doom as an opener, I think. So
Yeah.
I think they had the right idea in the way that they put the Doom as a support. But I feel like the problem this game... Oh,
Uh-oh. Is he
H
just
was
going
ready.
to die here?
Yeah. Oh my lord.
It is 14-0. I haven't gotten a single kill.
You
You
don't
know-
see that every day.
You know what is the power move here for South team? You go for a 5-man smoke, you kill one hero, and then you GG out. That is a power move right there. That is a power move that shows that you're still having a good time playing Dota.
Oh, these are two words I don't hear very often together, but I would agree. I would definitely agree. Like, I understand that the viewers right now they feel like this game is impossible to win, but I honestly still feel like they just never executed a zip with Inkswell the whole time. And that's really hurting them. They feel a little bit lost, you know? They obviously know that this would be good, but they're not really taking the steps to be ready to go for that move once Ravens group up and are nearby.
Also, I feel like whenever I play Dota, like it's very easy to think of these plays and just do them. But like you and like pro teams always make all of these things look so easy, but it requires like clear communication, a clear understanding of where everybody is. And if after game one loss, like sometimes a team you can't just kind of falter. And I feel like a little bit that is what we're seeing here.
Sometimes things do go south, and it might be now, but in a good way, because we have the Inkswell and the Storm, we have Blink on Tiny, we have Soulbind and Doom.
They're gonna find the kill here onto the Rubik. Okay, that's gonna be first kill. We get on the board here. Okay, we got it.
Beautiful. Beautiful. We have a catapult on top of it, so they even made this move when they knew, oh, and a double damage. All right, come back, baby. Let's go.
Let's go here. I mean, this is very nicely executed here from Radiant, making the smoke right around the catapult wave and looking to make that into an objective. However, Ravens, they're respawning. They're coming in here. Kara already with the Glimmer Cape. 16 minutes. Oh. Yeah.
It's okay. The Doom's gonna dispel the Glimmer. It's okay.
Okay, yeah.
All right,
We're not gonna be able to
back off
use Glimmer Cape after you got Doom. It is gonna be a Doom on Enchantress, but you know. we're gonna see the weight. We're gonna see the weight here. Okay, Storm Spirit, he still has that DD. In the mid lane, Bench just pushing it in. We haven't really seen anything from that, as he is going to see James here, and James is like, yeah. Oh, did James not see him? Oh, James didn't see him. I mean, he can still just TP, but yeah.
It's gonna be good. In terms of actual plays, like they can still keep doing what they did. The Doom Soulbind is ready. The problem right now is that if you look at the amount of dire sentries, it is everywhere. They're just using the trust fund baby money that the Enchantress have to pretty much cover the entire map on sentries. That's why it's hard for Team South to go for any place, because they have vision only in the most awful and I will say not really useful places like the stairs close to the dire safe lane. That said, they do camp this area here. Yeah, I don't think they're gonna find anyone as they're losing a tier 2 tower. So
Yeah,
still,
I don't even think you're gonna get this tier 1 up top because Dire can just respond either by going for tier 3 or responding with a Fiend's Gate towards top.
I think you force
Oh,
it
Fiend's
anyway.
Gate is on cooldown, never mind. Yeah, they're just gonna force tier 3 here. Okay, yeah, a tier 1 for some damage on the tier 3, I'll take that if I'm Dire. That it's gonna jump in here. Forces the BKB Hermit. Oh, he's in the he is so dead.
There's still a lot of resources being committed.
Yeah, I mean that was the BKB from the Monkey King. Maybe a little bit prematurely. I guess he was on the tower and like if he gets doomed, then he doesn't get anything off and he might just die and feed a lot of gold
He
away.
could be tossed into the tier 4s as well. So
Yeah.
that's probably why. I mean, it's totally okay, because at the end of the day, I actually expected a buyback or some sort of, like, force play from South. You know, when you're this far behind, you have to go for some YOLO play sometimes. Speaking of YOLO, Storm very aggressively positioned here.
Yeah,
No
that
save.
is kind of YOLO. There's going to be the Sunstrike into another route, and they have the damage to finish off James. There's going to be the Soulbind coming out. The double Doom, and Benjas is going to die first. Okay, we got a trade here. We got a trade. The Enchantress is gonna be moving forward menacingly. And you have to back up.
Okay. Yeah. Still not ideal, but good enough, I would say. You don't want the Storm. The problem here is that the hero they are baiting is always the Storm. And okay, they actually lose the Doom as well. And I don't think that's really the best option, because he just gets way too hard counter by the Underlord. I would expect him to maybe bait the Tiny or the CK, just because they're a little bit tankier. I think the Storm is being a little bit too good. You know, you're a mid player. You have to be mean. You have to be greedy. He's 1-5 right now.
Yeah, that is when you open in pub, you open up the scoreboard and you're like, ew, not looking good, guys. Not looking good.
Yeah, your support is like, well, mid is feeding. I am core now. Maybe he just accepted that everyone's gonna be happier if he is the one feeding. But yeah, as soon as they have this soul buying Doom again, you know, it's still super powerful. They just need to connect the spells, and ideally have the Storm doing damage.
Yeah, and I mean, like they have also a Blink Dagger on this Doom, so there are some items coming in. So now Roche is going to be assaulted here by the Dire. Yeah, they have the Enchantress Untouchable, which makes this very nice. And we'll even have the Rally Creeps. Noise for everybody.
Even some extra damage.
Kara
there.
might die here because the heal all goes to the Rally Creeps. Okay, he backed up a little bit. I was a little bit scared. Are you just going to die for your creeps? Which I respect, but also maybe don't do that.
He has the Glimmer Kid.
True.
He was baiting Roche. Alright, in terms of items here, we see Echo. So Hermit's still going for the, I guess you could say, greedy items. Rena going for that BKB. Could even, yeah, I mean, I'm not sure he'll have it for this defense. Usually you don't see the first Aegis being used to actually go high ground, but you know, Ravens, they are very far ahead, which could be their demise, or could be a very quick game.
I just saw Doom explode.
Yeah, I was there. Poor guy.
It's tough. We've all been there in those kind of games. Let's be real. We've all been there.
Alacrity on the Benjaz Underlord. Here we go.
Oh, he actually deals a lot of damage.
He does.
Does he have plus 128?
Yeah.
He only has 27 from Atrophy Aura.
It's the... Wait, I think this is a visual bug, right?
Yeah, that must be a visual bug. Like, there's no way he is plus 120 with only 19 Atrophy Aura. That's gonna be the jump in from Hermit. BKB coming out from the Underlord here. Hermit, he is going to be stuck on the other side. Yeah, you might want to try to find a little bit of a retrieve and hermit yourself up there a little bit, but they find you in cover.
Yeah. He'll have buyback. He in 17 gold, so maybe this is it. They're forcing a dump death, and now Ravens is gonna dive. Now is when they'll play. Not off. Oh, but he wasted the Inkstone on a creep. No.
Oh no! And that is all the Storm Spirit mana.
Okay, no. This was not some 4D chess. I think they'll just. I think they're done.
I mean, maybe they just played themselves.
Yeah. Okay. I swear I was expecting some like 4D chess play there, but once he cast that spell on the creep, I knew it's not gonna turn out well. I mean, that said, Ravens, still showing why they did so well through two. They, game one was a little bit rougher on the edges, but this game, they're just
It's just
smashed.
cruising.
Yeah, South team still feel like they have a lot of potential. Hermit for a while has been known as like a very promising player. Lewis also played for Noping as a standing for a while, I think, in the last tour. But maybe it was Gorilla Sprite actually.
Oh, there's gonna be the Inkswell, the jump going in here, straight onto the Unlord. Unlord is
Whoa.
dead. That's a kill here. And now the Wukong's command only connecting onto one. Buyback from the Unlord. He's coming back in, and they get the Invoker as well. Buyback's being used by Ravens though, as with that gold advantage, they just come back to life. And
Power of generational wealth. He was able to quickly get back there. That was really nicely played though. They actually got the
they got
Inkstone
quite a
with the
few kills
block.
there very quickly, yeah.
Yeah, like if you look at the fight recap, that was a lot of damage done and a fair amount of gold going to our South team, but not nearly as much as Ravens already have in their pockets.
It just feels like that play made 5 to 7 minutes earlier and they have a game.
Yes, totally agree. That Blink Dagger has been up for 10 minutes. It just felt like they were kind of... I'm not sure tilted is the word, but they were out of their comfort zone by quite a bit. So it definitely made it harder for them.
The jump in with the Tumbler Star. There's going to be the jump forward now with that from Hermit going straight onto this unload. He did buy back here, and that is going to be a dieback on him. However, at the same time, here CK dies to the Monkey King. And there is Megas. So at 25 minutes, that jump forward once again. The Inkswell Blink Dagger combination very strong there. Going for the Invoker, going one core at a time here. Jump forward by the Storm Spirit. They're gonna find this Invoker kill. They are gonna lose the Doom forward. However, James with his BKB trying to walk away, not going to be able to do so. And GGs are called as this Monkey King 11-0-6. Not a worry in the world. Ultra kill for him.
That definitely being very, very consistent throughout both games. I feel like game one he also played very, very well. The entirety of Ravens really, I think, played amazingly well. Ben Jas has been a cornerstone of this team. So nicely played. I feel like any team that actually wants to climb to Division 1 needs to watch out for Ravens. They definitely are in that upper echelon of the teams in this group. And, Soft Team, I feel like they have potential. I hope this defeat doesn't really get to them that much. I felt like they played game one really well. Their draft was fine. I just feel like they still have to kind of sort out how Hermit's hero pool is useful to them. Because I feel like they're last picking heroes that they don't have to last pick.
Yeah.
It feels like they're very, they're trying to enable him maybe too much, more than the other players. And then, you have James having to play these weird matches. He's just playing this sacrificial role as a mid player, and that's not very common. That's also very hard to pull off,
Yeah, and I mean, that is where a DPC, this league format, can certainly come in handy here for South Team, as this, you now have time. Yes, right now this defeat will feel very badly, most likely, but like once you've slept it over, you come back as a team and you say, okay, let's look at the replay. What happened here? What could we have done? How could we have communicated? How could we have done X, Y, and Z faster, better, and all of that? And I'm certain they're gonna bring it back. They're gonna bring it back. I believe South team is with a little bit of fine tuning. They're gonna be also in the upper echelon. You mentioned benchers here for Rims. I'm also just gonna highlight Kara. On this Enchantress never died. On the Viper, always the sacrificial. He was the only one who died more than 2 times on his team, and he died 10 times. So he was very much always the bait, always the one who took the ganks and all of that. So very much fulfilling his role there as the position 5. And Bowie, that's going to be it for us right now. There's going to be the next game coming up in about 1 hour, since we had here a 2-0 series. We're gonna shut down the stream a little bit, and the stream will be back with a different caster and different co-caster. And there we'll have the next series in the Division 2. Bowie, it's always a pleasure to cast with you. If people want to find you and hear more from you, where can they find you?
You can find me on Twitter at D2Bowie, and on my YouTube channel also at D2Bowie. So yeah, thank you so much, my friend Aponzeus. I hope we get to cast more into this Division 2. I'm not entirely sure if we'll get there, but yeah, it was a pleasure. Very nice game. I just wish it was a BO3. But you know, sometimes we don't get everything that we want.
True. I bet South team also wished it was a full BO3. But
yeah, pretty sure.
Thanks everybody for joining us. I hope you enjoyed this cast and have a great rest of your afternoon. See you in the next series.